Welcome out to the ballpark here at Mingus Union High School for some Friday night baseball. Philip Catafamo, happy to have you along with me here on Verde Valley TV. We have got quite the matchup for you. It's the Mingus Marauders taking on the Estrella Foothill Wolves. We have quite a fun game for you, and we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get ready for baseball here, right here on Verde Valley TV.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Want to welcome you back here at Mingus Union High School. Philip Catafamo, happy to have you along with me here on Verde Valley TV. Some Friday night baseball for you as the Marauders take on the Wolves of Estrella Foothills. Not the first time these two teams has matched up. Last year, it was a victory for Estrella Foothills, 15-3, right? I believe actually in Goodyear, Arizona, where the high school is based out of. Right now on your screen, you see in the Estrella Foothills warming up. We are still a few minutes away from baseball action here. First pitch taking place at 3:45. We'll take a look at the Estrella Foothills Wolves. Coach Patrick McCubbins. Currently this team, as you look right there, they're the Mingus Marauders wearing their beautiful whites and red uniforms. Loving the vest. I'm a big fan of the vest. They don't really have it a whole lot in the major leagues, but, well, when they bust it out here in high school, we get a little excited. But, well, we've got a great game for you here. Like I said, let's take a look at the Estrella Foothills Wolves. Coming into this game 3-2-1. They got a victory yesterday against Apache Junction 12-15. It's a very talented bunch. Last year, this team went all the way to the playoffs, lost in the fourth round to Seton Catholic. They got into the play-in round. They made it to the playoffs. They knocked down their first opponent. Then they lost to Seton Catholic last year. Finished last year 25-7 overall, 6-2 in their section. And like I said, unfortunately losing in the fourth round to Seton Catholic. But today, a new bunch, new group of players. We got a chance to talk with Patrick McCubbins before this game, and I asked him if there's anybody you want to spotlight. He said he's got 3 seniors on this team. They are all committed to playing college baseball, which in the high school ranks is something you definitely want to hear. Seth Sweetchick will attend the University of Kansas. Very prestigious university. Seth Sweetchick will be playing second base for the Wolves today. And then, of course, Ashton Perez, he'll be taking his talents to Glendale Community College, not too far away from Glendale, Arizona, in the Phoenix area. And Cameron Waterfield, he's going to play at Ottawa University in Surprise, Arizona. So good for Estrella Foothills getting a couple of these guys playing at the next level in the college ranks. Of course, same thing on the side of the Marauders, and probably for the rest of the other Wolves as well, making their way to the higher ranks or wherever their college careers happen to go to. So asked him if there's any new faces he's excited about. They graduated 12 seniors last year. That is more than, that's more than a baseball team and a couple pitchers, if you ask me. Graduated 12 seniors last year, well, we'll see how they do today. Excuse me, well, just a couple things here. There we go. And again, like I said, talked to Patrick McCubbins, asked him what is he expecting from this Marauders team. Obviously, these two teams are very familiar with each other. They played each other last season. He said this is a tough, hard-nosed group of kids. and he says that I think we always have seen that out of Mingus athletes, regardless of what sport, when we play them, he knows that they play tough and they are ready for a tough battle here today. Stat leaders for the Wolves, Ashton Perez coming in with a 346 batting average, 9 hits and 3 RBIs, and Jacob Hitchcock getting it done on the mound, a 1.17 ERA with 5 strikeouts. Very impressive squad here as the Wolves look to earn their fourth victory on the season. The Marauders are looking for their third. When we come back, we're going to talk about these Mingus Marauders and get you ready for first pitch right here on Verde Valley TV. Don't go anywhere.
If you're looking for a plumber, look no farther than D-Best Plumbing. Call them at 567-8755. Owner and founder Danny Petty has 18 years of plumbing experience in the Verde Valley. D-Best Plumbing prides themselves with providing quality workmanship and efficiency, which means honest and fair pricing for their customers. D-Best Plumbing, where a job done right is a job done once.
The most common reasons for bankruptcy are unforeseen circumstances like tragedies, illness, unemployment, and foreclosures. I'm Michael Gordon. We understand your situation and your need to look at all the alternatives. Call Gordon & Gordon for a free, non-judgmental bankruptcy or foreclosure consultation. Ask about zero-down bankruptcy options. Gordon & Gordon Attorneys at Law. Trust well placed.
Want to welcome you back here to Mingus Union High School. The two coaches talking to the umpires, getting ready for this game. Philip Catafmo, happy to have you along with me. We'll be joined by Brian James, one of the assistant coaches for the Mingus softball team here later in the broadcast, but we're happy to have you along with us. Beautiful day for baseball. Could not have asked for a more beautiful day here in Cottonwood, Arizona. Clear skies, a little bit of clouds, but not too bad. Should be in for a beautiful night of baseball. The Mingus Marauders coming into this game 2-4 overall on the season. Their last game coming off a victory last night against Greenway High School, 6-5. An impressive pitching performance from Peter Calandra. He went 6 innings strong, only gave up a couple runs, but played very, very well on the bump for the Marauders, lowering his overall ERA. Last season, the Marauders, a season they may want to forget. 7-16 overall, 3-9 in the region. They're looking to bounce back this season and become a perennial opponent in the Grand Canyon region, the 4A Grand Canyon region. And again, last time they played this team, 15-3 loss against Estrella Foothills over a year ago. March 1st was when they played. It is now March 6th. Got a chance to talk with Coach Estrella, and he says, taking on a team like Estrella Foothills, they have multiple Division I players, so their talent speaks for themselves. He expects a good game all the way around. He knows that they aren't the same team from last year, and he knows that it's going to be a good game. These two teams matching up pretty well. Let's go around the diamond quickly and give you the starting lineups for both teams. We'll start for the visiting Estrella Foothills. At catcher, we've got Cameron Waterfield. Playing third base, Corbin Triplett. At shortstop, Seth Sweetchick. At second base, Brendan Killian. At first, Jacob Hitchcock. Out in the outfield, Jacob Palmer is in left. In center, Ashton Perez. In right field, Austin Heinzeman. And on the bump, Demario Faison for the Wolves. And for the side of the Marauders, we'll go around the diamond as well. Zach Harrison behind the dish for Mingus. Elion Martinez over at third. Drew Meyer, football player. You see a couple of familiar faces here on the Marauder baseball team. Drew Meyer, one of them, a running back for the Marauders. He'll be taking shortstop duties today. At second base, Ryan Lindsay. At first base, Trey Peters. Out in the outfield, Trevor Hoke, another football player out in left. Anthony Rivera out in center. And Jace Taylor out in right. On the bump, Jan Alvarez. We'll see what the Marauders have in store today for the Estrella Foothill Wolves as we get ever so closely to first pitch. I want to thank a couple of our sponsors here, Rice Accounting, Larry Green Chevrolet, and Susie Q Market. I want to thank them for sponsoring our baseball season today. Like I said, a beautiful day, a little windy, wind blowing more towards the west. So not too many deep flies, I'm assuming, today, but we'll see what happens. Should be a really, really good game. Again, talking to Coach Quesada before the game, talking to him about the region. He feels pretty good that the region is one of the tougher ones in the state, and we've seen it in football season. We had a few of those teams matching up very, very well, and we're seeing it here with the hopefully with the baseball teams. He says like I said, he feels like it's one of the toughers in the state. He believes that they will match up pretty well with the rest of the teams in the region, and he's excited about how it'll play out. And we all are excited here on Verde Valley TV. Yeah, we are getting ready for this game. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, hopefully we'll have some baseball for you right here on Verde Valley TV. Don't go anywhere.
If you want freedom and adventure, stop into one of Galpin Auto and RV's convenient locations. With a large inventory of both new and pre-owned autos and RVs, they have something for most every budget. You'll find a relaxed, no-hassle way of doing business in both Dewey and Cottonwood. Their knowledgeable staff will have you on your way to your next vacation in no time. Galpin Auto and RV in Dewey and Cottonwood, a name you can trust for over 30 years.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go for others.
Want to welcome you back here on the campus of Mingus Union High School. Philip Katafamo, happy to have you along with me here on a beautiful Friday evening as we slip into the evening hours here in Cottonwood, Arizona. Getting some things situated here with Coach Quesada and Coach McCubbins of Estrella Foothills High School. Marauders taking on the Wolves of Estrella Foothills of Goodyear, Arizona. Should be a good game. Hopefully you stick around for the entire thing. The Marauders coming off a victory. Estrella Foothills also coming off a victory. Both teams looking for, well, the Wolves are looking for their fourth win. The Marauders are looking for their third overall. As we get things underway here, both teams starting to make their way as we begin this game. Marauders will take the field first. We'll go around the diamond one more time for the Mingus Marauders. Behind the dish, Zach Harrison for the Mingus Marauders. Over at third base, Elian Martinez. Shortstop, Drew Myers. Second base, Ryan Lindsay. First, Trey Peters. Out in the outfield, Trevor Hoken. Left in center, Anthony Rivera. And right, Jace Taylor. And on the mound, Jan Alvarez. The 1-2-3 for the Estrella Foothills Wolves, Perez, Heinzeman, and Sweet Chick. And we're going to step away from the national anthem. We'll have baseball right after this. Don't go anywhere.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste. Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
It is a beautiful day here in Cottonwood, Arizona. Philip Katafamo, happy to have you along with me for some Friday night baseball action as the Mingus Marauders take on the Estrella Foothills Wolves of Goodyear, Arizona. We're in for a good one. Jan Alvarez on the bump for the Marauders. The Marauders looking for back-to-back victories after earning a victory last night against Greenway High School 6-5. Again, a solid performance from Peter Calandra, 6 innings strong, only gave up a couple runs, and the Marauders were able to hang on to a victory. We'll see what they can do here against Estrella Foothills, who are also coming off a victory, beating Apache Junction last night 12-5. So Marauders looking for their third win on the season, and the Estrella Foothills Wolves looking for their fourth win on the season. It'll be Ashton Perez, Austin Heiseman, and Seth Sweetchick, the 1-2-3 for the Estrella Foothills Wolves. as we get things going here on a beautiful, like I said, it's a great day for baseball. Windy, a little windy. I could definitely do without the wind, but clear skies, sun is out, everybody's out here. It's not too hot. Wind does help with the heat, as we are getting closer to, well, I think we're already in springtime, so we're getting closer to the summertime weather, but still a beautiful day here out in Cottonwood, Arizona, as we get things going right here on the campus of Mingus Union High School. We'll be joined by assistant coach for the softball team here, Brian James, later in the broadcast. And here we go. Perez will step in against Jan Alvarez. Perez playing center field for the Wolves today. We'll see what Alvarez has in store with it for him. Perez rocking a very strong beard. And here we go. We await the first pitch from Jan Alvarez on a beautiful Friday night here in Cottonwood, Arizona. First one on the way. Perez will lay down a bunt. It'll draw down the first base line and go foul. The small ball going early for the Estrella Foothills Wolves, but it'll go foul. So an 0-1 count for Perez, and we get things underway here. I want to thank you for joining me here on Verde Valley TV as we get things going for Perez as he strides back in, grabs his bat, and gets ready to go. Again, Perez rocking the beard. I'm a little jealous. Can't really grow a beard, but Ashton Perez rocking a pretty good one. Second pitch on the way from Alvarez to Perez, the pitch. That one is a little low for a ball, so the count will go to 1-1 for Ashton Perez. Perez playing center field, like I said. Heinzeman playing in right. He'll be waiting on deck for Perez. Third pitch on the way. Perez lines that one into right field. It'll fall for a base hit. He's rounding first and will look in for a double. Relay throw not in time. It is a leadoff double for Ashton Perez, and the Wolves have their first base runner on today. Coming in now is Austin Heinzeman. Heinzeman playing in right field. Rocket number 5. We take another look at that. Yep. Perez was probably thinking double the entire time. Relay throw not even anywhere near close. But a solid hit from Perez working that one oppo and finding a leadoff double. First one on the way to Heinzeman. He's going to lay down a bunt. It'll go right back to Alvarez. Alvarez looking for the play at first. No one is covering. And now the Wolves have runners on first and third on the bunt single by Heinzeman. So runners on first and third, no outs. And Seth Sweetchick, the man who's headed to Kansas after his time here in Estrella Foothills, will stride into the batter's box. Top of the first inning here, 0-0 our score. Runners on third and first. Alvarez waiting for the call from Harrison. Alvarez in the stride. The pitch. It's going to be low for a ball. Sweetchick takes ball 1. And we'll draw a 1-0 count. We saw the small ball working pretty well. Perez attempted a bunt, but it went foul, and then Heinzeman went right after that and was able to move Perez over to third after his leadoff double, and then Heinzeman is over there on first for the bunt single. The pitch. That is swung on and missed for strike 1. 1-1 count to Sweetchick. And you can hear the wind behind me. A little windy here in Cottonwood. Alvarez looking over at the runners at first and third. Alvarez the pitch. Sweetchick swings that, crushes that one in the left field. It'll be tracked down and caught by Trevor Hoke. Relay throw coming in, going to be not in time. One down for the Marauders, but a run comes through as Perez scores on the sac fly. Heinzeman will stay over at first. A sacrifice fly for Seth Sweetchick does the trick. And now the Marauders, the Wolves are up 1-0. Stepping in now is Corbin Triplett, third baseman for the Estrella Foothills Wolves. Heinzeman over there on first base. Alvarez awaits the call from Harrison. Checks over the runner. Alvarez, the pitch. Pickoff move not going to be in time. Trey Peters standing over at first base. Heinzeman still over there at first base. Alvarez in the windup, now the pitch. Triplett thinking bunt, unable to get it down, so it'll be strike one. A lot of small ball here for the Estrella Foothills Wolves. Coach McCubbin's taking a page out of the book of Joe Madden, Angels manager, formerly of the Cubs and Rays. Guy loves that small ball. Triplett awaits the second pitch, 0-1 count. Alvarez the pitch. Triplett bunts it down. Alvarez is going to make the grab, toss it over to the first, double play. We are out of the inning. Beautiful job by Jan Alvarez to double up Heisman and get Triplett out. And there you go. That'll end the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. Our score 1-0. Wolves currently on top of the Marauders. Don't go anywhere. Right here on Verde Valley TV.
Lawler Construction is the exclusive builder at Mesquite Hills Subdivision in Cottonwood, a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 33 years. Lawler Construction uses green construction methods, building efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction, a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels.
When you buy a vehicle at Hyundai of Cottonwood, you'll enjoy thousands of miles. With America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000 miles, driving a Hyundai will give you peace of mind. Yes, there's something for everyone at Hyundai of Cottonwood on Rodeo Drive, above Larry Green Chevrolet and next to Walmart. Hyundai of Cottonwood. New thinking, new possibilities. A formula for happy drivers.
Well, you see right there, a pop-up bunt by Triplett. Marauders able to double up over at first base, a double play to get out of the inning. Of course, the Wolves unfortunately able to strike first. 1-0 our score here in the bottom of the first inning. Philip Catafamo, happy to have you along with me here on Verde Valley TV. Demario Faison, the pitcher for the Estrella Foothills Wolves, and he'll be facing his first batter in Jan Alvarez, the pitcher. So Alvarez will lead things off for the Marauders as Faison gets ready to throw. Alvarez strides in, waiting for the first one from Faison as we begin here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch. Alvarez gets hit by the pitch, and he'll go over to first base for a free base. So Alvarez will head over to first base after the hit by pitch. And stride in now is Zach Harrison. Of course, very familiar with Zach Harrison here on Verde Valley TV, the quarterback for the varsity team here at Mingus Union. A little bit of a disappointing season for Harrison, but they're looking to bounce back. They got a new head coach, and we'll see what that head coach can do for the Marauders next season. But let's see what Harrison can do here at the plate. Somebody that Coach Quesada wanted us to spotlight. Harrison striding in here in his sophomore year. The pitch. That one is in there for a strike. So an 0-1 count to Harrison. Alvarez over there at first base. Harrison awaits the second one from Faison. The pitch. I want to go in there for a strike. Back-to-back strikes for Zach Harrison. Quickly an 0-2 count with a runner over on first. Trevor Hoke waiting on deck. Bottom of the first. No outs. 0-2 count. The pitch. Harrison pokes that one over to first base. Hitchcock is there. Gets the lead runner out at second. But Harrison will get on with a fielder's choice. So one down, Harrison able to get on. Alvarez will head back to the dugout and get ready to throw for the second inning as Trevor Hoke strides in. We get a pinch runner for the Marauders. Trevor Hoke striding in, runner over on first, the pitch. Hoke swung on and missed for strike one. Angelo Alvarez, the pinch runner for the Marauders over at first base. Pinch running for the pitcher, Jan Alvarez. Pickoff move, not in time. Alvarez, ball gets loose, but Alvarez is going to stay over at first. Or excuse me, he is pinch running for Harrison. Not Alvarez. Alvarez was out on the fielder's choice. Hoke looking to move Alvarez in to score 1-0 our score here in the bottom of the first inning. Faison, the pitch. And it's going to hit Hoke, and he's going to find himself over at first base, getting knocked on the head with a hit by pitch. Second hit by pitch for Faison. And here comes here comes Jace Taylor. Jace Taylor, of course, a basketball player here at Mingus Union. With runners on second and first, big opportunity with one out to bring somebody around to score and tie this thing up at 1. Faison lined up on the far side of the rubber. First one on the way to Taylor, the pitch. Taylor chops that one to short. Sweet Chick over to second, now on to first, not in time. Here comes Alvarez looking to score. The Marauders will tie it up. So it wasn't pretty, but Jace Taylor able to get on with the fielder's choice. Hoke out at second. And the run will come in and score. So we are all knotted up here 1-1 with 2 outs. And here comes Elian Martinez. Martinez striding in, Taylor over at first. 2 outs, 1-1 our score, the pitch. Martinez takes one high, ducks down and takes it for a ball. Martinez waiting for the pitch from Faison. Taylor over at first base. The pitch. Martinez pops that one skied in the air in left field. Going back on it is Palmer. Still going back, unable to make the grab. Here comes Taylor. Martinez will round first and will hold up at second with an RBI double. Elian Martinez. And the Marauders lead 2-1. Ryan Lindsay, the second baseman, will stride in with a man over at second. Marauders looking to extend their lead. Maybe Palmer lost it in the sun. He was unable to make the catch out there in left field. First one on the way to Lindsay, the pitch. I'm going to go to Sweet Chick. He'll pick it up, looking to make the play at first. Going to be a long throw, and got him in time. Beautiful play from Seth Sweet Chick to get Lindsay out at first, and that is how we will end the inning. The Marauders get 2 and lead 2-1 as we head to the top of the second. Don't go anywhere, right here on Verde Valley TV.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
For the Estrella Foothills Wolves as they are currently down 2-1. Philip Katafma, I want to welcome you back here as we begin the top of the second inning. First pitch to Waterfield was a strike. Here comes the second, and Waterfield will call time. Alvarez waiting for the call from Harrison. Looking to shut down the Wolves here in the second inning. The pitch. That one is fouled, so the count will go to 0-2. Cameron Waterfield playing catcher for the Wolves today. Alvarez, a beautiful double play early in the bottom of the top of the first inning to get out of the inning after. That's going to dink him to get out of the inning after giving up a run. So Waterfield will get on with a hit by pitch. That is our third hit by pitch today. And now coming in it will be Brian Killian. Pitch on the way to Killian is low for a ball. Waterfield taking a pretty good lead over there at first base. 2-1 our score here in the second inning. Alvarez gets the call from Harrison. Checks the runner over at first. Pitch on the way. That one is low, and the count will go to 2-0. Alvarez looking to battle back here, down on the count 2-0. Of course, Waterfield getting on the hit by pitch. Brendan Killian looking to move him around. Currently, the Marauders up 2-1 against the Wolves. Alvarez, the pitch. I want to slice foul. Good piece of hitting right there by Killian, but does not find the right side of the field, so it'll go foul, and the count will go to 2-1. Waterfield over there at first base taking a hefty lead. 2-1 our count, 2-1 our score. Alvarez. Pitch on the way. Killian fouls it off same side, but a little further down the line as it'll go foul. So Alvarez, who was down in the count 2-0, will work his way back 2-2. Alvarez checks the runner over at first. Waiting for the pitch on the way. Pickoff move. Did they get him in time? They did not. Just barely. Waterfield sliding under the tag of Peters over at first. Alvarez. Pitch on the way. Killian in to right. It'll fall for a base hit. Waterfield rounding second. Relay throw is there. And it'll be first and third with no outs. Well, the Marauders found themselves in a similar hole last inning. Of course, the Wolves able to bring around one run. We'll see if they can get out of the inning here. No outs. Runners on third and first. 2-1 our score here in the top of the second inning. Striding in now is Jacob Hitchcock. Hitchcock playing first base for the Wolves. Runners on third and first. Alvarez checks the runner at first. Looks over at third. The windup and the pitch. He'll step off. So I wouldn't be shocked if Killian tries to take off to second to force the throw from Harrison. And then we'll see Waterfield try to advance to home on the throw. Pitch on the way. Popped up in the air. Going to have to track it down is Anthony Rivera in center field. There's going to be a play at the plate. Rivera makes the grab, falls to his knees, but a run will come around and score. But more importantly, Rivera able to get the out in center field. One down for the Marauders. As Waterfield comes in and scores, we are tied at 2. Jacob Palmer will step in. Palmer playing left field for the Wolves. Or Jack Palmer, excuse me. One down for the Marauders, 2-2 our score here in the second inning. Alvarez is only focused now over at first base for Killian. Killian take a hefty lead as that swung on and missed from Palmer. Unable to get the pickoff move there at first base. Alvarez checks the runner over at first. Waiting for the pitch. Pickoff move, not in time. Well, Alvarez is very aware of that hefty lead over at first base. Not afraid to throw it down. Alvarez. Waiting for the pitch. Ground ball. Over to Meyer. Meyer unable to make the throw. And the runners will stay on second and first. So Palmer gets on and moves Killian over to second. Meyer unable to turn the double play. And now the pitcher, Demario Faison, will step in. Only one down for the Marauders. Our score still knotted up at 2 here in the second inning. Pitcher versus pitcher battle here. Alvarez against Faison. Alvarez awaits the count. Pitch is high for a ball. Alvarez, second pitch on the way to Faison. And we'll find the outside corner for a strike. 1-1 will go our count. Runners on second and first for Alvarez. Pitch on the way. That one swung on and missed for strike 2. The count will go to 1-2. Throw down to third, and not in time. Both runners will advance. Both runners now in scoring position for the Wolves as they look to break this 2-2 tie. Killian over at third, Palmer over at second. Alvarez now in the full. Pitch on the way. That one is fouled. And the count will remain 1-2. Of course, our next Mingus broadcast will be against Mojave on March 26th. It'll be our softball game. We'll have the Marauder softball coach here very soon. Pitch on the way from Alvarez. Off speed, inside corner, got him looking for his first strikeout and the second out of the inning. Ashton Perez will step in, led the game off with a double, ended up coming around and scoring on the sacrifice RBI by Seth Sweetchick. And now with a big opportunity here to break this game open just a little bit. Alvarez, pitch on the way. That one's going to go low, and we'll go in for a ball. 1-0 our count. 2-2 our score here in the top of the second inning. Killian over at third, Palmer at second. Perez up the plate. The pitch. Perez swings that one into center. It is going to fall. One run will come around. Another one coming around to score. Relay throw in. Can the Marauders get him? Throw is not in time, and Perez, another double. 2 RBIs for Ashton Perez. And the Wolves reclaim their lead. Two doubles for Ashton Perez. Coming into this game, leading this team in batting average, .346 with 9 hits and 3 RBIs. And he's having a solid game so far today. Heinzeman stepping in now. Alvarez, the pitch. Check swing will go foul. Four to 2 our score here with 1 out in the top of the second inning. Pitch on the way. Now it'll go inside for a ball. Now the count will go to 1-1. So a 1-1 count to Heinzeman. 4-2 our score. The pitch. Popped up in the air. Alvarez, or no, coming in to grab it is Lindsay. No, it's going to be Taylor calling him off and making the grab, or Peters at first base. And that will end the inning, but not before the Wolves can strike again and get their lead back. 4-2. Marauders looking to come back right here on Verde Valley TV. Don't go anywhere.
If you're looking for a plumber, look no farther than D-Best Plumbing. Call them at 567-8755. Owner and founder Danny Petty has 18 years of plumbing experience in the Verde Valley. D-Best Plumbing prides themselves with providing quality workmanship and efficiency, which means honest and fair pricing for their customers. D-Best Plumbing, where a job done right is a job done once.
The most common reasons for bankruptcy are unforeseen circumstances like tragedies, illness, unemployment, and foreclosures. I'm Michael Gordon. We understand your situation and your need to look at all the alternatives. Call Gordon & Gordon for a free, non-judgmental bankruptcy or foreclosure consultation. Ask about zero-down bankruptcy options. Gordon & Gordon Attorneys at Law. Trust well placed.
Want to welcome you back here to Mingus Union High School. I am joined by the head softball coach at Mingus Union, Coach John Baker. Coach Brown, excuse me. It's nice to meet you. What a great first impression to get your name wrong. But Coach, I want to thank you for coming on the broadcast so far. How you like your team? You guys are coming in, new group for the most part. How you feeling about the season?
Well, they're young, but I feel good about it. I've coached them for a while now. You know, most of them are young, but they're sophomores, so it's not like this is their first year. But we're excited. We've got a good program going, so I expect it to last for quite a while now.
Any new faces that we should take a look at? We'll be broadcasting the game on March 26th. That one is driven deep into left. It is going to fall. Coming around first and going to second is Peters. Peters thinking three. No, he's going to stay at second with a leadoff double. Coach, how you like that hit? Pretty solid hit.
Yeah, that's a nice hit. It's not a bad one.
Not a bad one at all. So with one down, Trey Peters able to deliver with a double out into left field. And Coach, sorry, getting back to my question, any new faces for the upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, we've got about 3 or 4 freshmen that are playing up on varsity this year. Sydney Stapleton is one. She's coming in as a pinch hitter and a backup catcher. She's doing a good job for us. So we got a couple freshmen that are probably going to contribute. Let's put it that way.
Anthony Rivera stepping in as he takes the first pitch for a ball. How about the region, Coach? How are you feeling about your chances in the region this year?
Well, I think we're going to be solid. I think we're going to be a contender, but Bradshaw is going to be very tough. I won't lie. I mean, they were tough last year. They took us last year for the championship, and this year they're the same team, and we're not. So we've got some growing to do before we can fill those shoes again.
It'll be a 1-0 count to Anthony Rivera. Peters over at second base. The pitch on the way. Rivera, chopper to third. Triplett will throw on to first in time for out number 2. So 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning, as the top of the order with Jan Alvarez will step in. Alvarez hit by pitch last time. Got out on the fielder's choice. Yeah, taking on Bradshaw again. Coach, you have the new faces, which can always be a positive. But how did you feel last season at the end of the year?
I was ecstatic. Last year I think we had a great season. We played up to our standard, and finishing second in our region right behind Bradshaw by a point, and then finishing so deeply in the state tournament. It was a good run.
First pitch to Alvarez is a ball. Count will go to 1-0. The pitch. Alvarez, chopper will go foul, so the count will go to 1-1. Now coming into this season, like you mentioned, you had a few familiar faces. How important is it to have those established players still there with that leadership to kind of build the program a little bit more?
It's everything. I mean, our center fielder, Dylan Sweeney, she's our captain, and she's been in the program for 4 years now, so she's the anchor, I guess you'd say, of the program. So that's good to have her back.
Pitch on the way to Alvarez. He'll take that one in there for a ball. The count will go to 2-1. And you guys have started your season already?
Yeah, we had one game. We played Greenway. It was a little bit tough on us. We lost 4-1, but they acquired a good little pitcher, so she gave us heck.
Pitcher run inside, throw down to second is not in time. Peters is going to stay at second, so the count will go to 3-1. They acquired a pitcher, huh?
Yeah.
Have you a little trouble?
They weren't very good last year, so we might have gone into that game a little bit confident, and then we realized that they had a pitcher all of a sudden. So we were a little starstruck for a little while, but it was a close game. We just couldn't muster enough runs to even compete, so not a great way to start our season. We did play in a tournament though, so.
3-1 on the way to Alvarez. That's going to go for a ball. So Alvarez will get on with a walk. Peters will stay on second. And here comes Zach Harrison with a man on second and first. So 2 down here at the top of the first inning, talking with head coach John Brown of the Mingus Union softball team. Our first broadcast for the softball team will be here on March 26th as they take on Mojave. Coach, how are you feeling about Mojave this season?
Mojave's going to be a tough little team. They always are scrappy. We've handled them pretty well over the last couple of years, so I'm confident we can do the same. But they got a long trip ahead of them when they come to us, so that's always a benefit to us.
Is it good to play those Phoenix schools, some of the teams you don't usually get to see, give you a little more different competition in a different region?
Yeah, I like playing all sorts of teams. I don't necessarily like playing down region, but
Harrison, a slow roller down over to second. Killian on a second, got him in time. Beautiful play from Brendan Killian to get the out and end this inning. So with that, we will end the inning here. Coach Brown, thank you very much for coming on. Good luck on the season. I appreciate you. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the top of the third for you. Don't go anywhere right here on Verde Valley TV.
thank you, man.
If you want freedom and adventure, stop into one of Galpin Auto and RV's convenient locations. With a large inventory of both new and pre-owned autos and RVs, they have something for most every budget. You'll find a relaxed, no-hassle way of doing business in both Dewey and Cottonwood. Their knowledgeable staff will have you on your way to your next vacation in no time. Galpin Auto and RV in Dewey and Cottonwood, a name you can trust for over 30 years.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go for others.
We begin the top of the third inning. The Wolves still currently on top of the Marauders 4-2. Want to welcome you back here to Mingus Union High School. Philip Catafamo, happy to have you along with me here on Verde Valley TV. Want to thank Coach John Brown of the Mingus Union softball team for coming on the broadcast and talking about the upcoming season. They'll be taking on Mojave on March 26th. That'll be our first softball broadcast. Should be a fun one. Seth Sweetchick will step in. Sweetchick had a sacrifice RBI that put the Wolves up early in the first inning as he takes the first one in the dirt for a ball. In case you missed it, was a ground ball. The hit from Harrison turned into a out for the Wolves, and that is how we ended the bottom of the third inning. As we begin the top of the fourth here, the pitch on the way. Sweetchick lines that one into left. It's the third inning, and it'll go foul. So we got a 1-1 count here as we get things going here in the third inning. Sweetchick 0-1 so far with a sacrifice RBI. The pitch on the way. Takes curveball in there for a strike, and the count will go to 1-2. Nice off-speed pitch by Alvarez there to get Sweetchick looking. Triplett waiting on waiting on deck. Pitch on the way. Sweetchick lines that one into left field. No issue for that one. It is going to fall for a base hit. Sweetchick will round first, head on to second with a stand-up double to lead things off here in the third. So Seth Sweetchick now 1 for 2 with a double and a sacrifice RBI. 4-2 our score here in the third inning. And now stepping up will be Corbin Triplett. Triplett last time grounded into, he doubled up on the pop fly. As we take another look at that beautiful hit from Seth Sweetchick, able to drive that one inside all the way to the wall out in left center field. And as Triplett will stride in. The pitch. Triplett pops that one up into right field. Coming over to track it down is Taylor. He'll make the catch. Sweetchick will tag. And looking to make it to third. No throw. He'll make it over to third. So a fly out for Triplett, but a productive fly out as he moves the runner over to third base. And now Waterfield, who was hit by a pitch and able to come around and score last inning, will stride in with a man over at third. One down for the Marauders. 4-2 our score. Here in the top of the third inning, the pitch. I want to go high for a ball. Alvarez looking to just get out of the inning. The pitch. Got to go high for a ball. So now we got a 2-0 count. I think a couple more of our sponsors here. Galpin Auto and RV, D-Bass Plumbing, and Lawler Construction for sponsoring the broadcast today. Alvarez, the pitch. And again into left field, trying to track it down is Hoke. It is going to fall. It'll be an RBI for Waterfield. We'll see what he turns it into. It'll be a double. So Sweet Chick will score. 5-2 goes our score as Waterfield finds a double with one out. And now checking in will be Brendan Killian, who got on with a single after fouling off a couple pitches. And now with a runner over at second base, we'll see what Killian can do. Let's go. Killian will call time. Pitch on the way to Killian. That one into right field, and it's going to fall. Coming around to score is Waterfield, the relay, and not going to be in time as Waterfield will score an RBI single for Brendan Killian, and the Wolves extend their lead. Quesada will come in, and we're going to get a pitching change here. We're going to take a quick break while this pitching change happens. When we come back, we got some players here from Yavapai College. We're going to talk to them as we take a look at that replay right here on Verde Valley TV.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste. Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Pitching change here at Mingus Union High School as Trey Peters steps in, coming over from first base. Jan Alvarez done for the night. I am joined now by Yavapai College baseball player Nick Adams. Nick, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, let's now try it.
Thanks for having me.
Sorry about that. Nick, want to welcome you on to the broadcast here. Our current score, 6-2 as the Estrella Foothills Wolves currently lead the Mingus Union Marauders. Nick, you played high school baseball, obviously, probably a lot before then as well. Talk to us a little bit about that transition from high school to college.
I think the transition was a lot different for me than it was for other kids in the area. So I grew up in Central Illinois, and so the competition level was there, or the competition level there was a lot, wasn't nearly as good as it is here. So I think that my transition was a little bit different than other kids.
What brought you all the way here to Yavapai College?
The quality of baseball is a lot better here, and the weather is a lot nicer than Central Illinois too. We get to play in January as opposed to starting our season in late April.
Yeah, it is. It's probably snowing in Illinois right now, right?
Yeah, I think it is.
1-1 count on the way to Hitchcock, Jacob Hitchcock, the first baseman. Pitch on the way will go low, so the count will go to 2-1. But it does. It's got to be a little reminiscent for you as that throw is not in time over at first. Be a little reminiscent for you coming back here to a high school field. You're playing days out in southern Illinois.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a super nice field. It's got some nice dimensions too, with 360 down the right field line. It's a bomb.
Well, of course, with the wind out here, home runs are going to be a little bit more difficult as that pitch goes low, and now the count will go to 3-1. So how's the season going so far? Have you guys started playing games?
Yeah, we're doing great. I think we've lost 3 games now, and I think we're 20-3 or something like that. We're doing super well.
And that pitch on the way, and we'll now go into the dirt. It'll be a walk for Hitchcock, and Killian will head over to second. And that ball a little bit loose. And Nick, coming up, you guys have a boys and girls baseball and softball clinic coming up. How'd you guys get involved with that?
Yeah, we do. We're excited to come over here and see if we can't share a little bit of our knowledge with some of the kids here and see what they got.
And what you know, if you were to give some advice to any of these kids playing right now, what would that be?
I would say enjoy the game. It's at our level, the amount of practice and time that we spend on baseball is significant, and it consumes most of your day. So if you don't enjoy it, then there's no point in continuing. So just love what you do.
0-1 count now will turn into a 0-2 count to Palmer. Again, I'm joined by Nick Adams, player for Yavapai College. Nick, what position do you play?
I play infield and outfield, but mostly outfield now.
You got a preference?
I like wherever the action's the most at.
That's a good point. And Nick coming over from southern Illinois, that area, now making his way here to Yavapai College in, you guys play in, is it in Prescott you guys play?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, Prescott, Arizona. As that one will go low, now the count will go to 2-2. Pitch on the way. Palmer swung on and missed. That'll be the first strikeout for Trey Peters, and the second out for Palmer. You like that? Good off-speed pitch there from Peters.
Yeah, he's an intimidating dude on the mound. That's a big boy.
Yeah, Peters is a basketball player here at Mingus Union. I think he's about 6'5" or 6'6". He's pretty tall.
Yeah, that's fair.
Faison will step in and take that one high for a ball. Now the count will go to 1-0. Faison last time struck out looking. And we got 2 outs here at Mingus Union here in the top of the third. 6-2 our score. Runners on second and first. Peters, the throw on the way. Now want to go foul. The count will go to 1-1. Would you play? You know, in high school you see a lot of guys playing infield, outfield, pitcher, catcher, bench coach, water boy, whatever. In high school, were you mostly outfield or infield?
I did everything in high school. I started off my freshman year, I was catching, and then I played shortstop, I pitched, I closed, I played outfield too. I did everything.
Pick-off move.
That's part of the fun of high school. You get to test everything out a little bit.
Pick-off move unable over at second base. You going to see some time on the mound at Yavapai College there, Nick?
I don't think I will. I threw one bullpen, and I think if you ask JD, our pitching coach, I don't think I'll be throwing another one.
Ground ball over to the shortstop. Meyer throw on to first. Is it in time? Yes, it is. For the final out of the inning. Not before the Wolves can tack on 2 more. 6-2 our score as we head to the bottom of the third. Nick, thank you very much for coming on. Good luck on the rest of the season, man. I appreciate it. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more baseball right here on Verde Valley TV.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Trevor Hoke will check in as we begin the bottom of the third inning. Pitch on the way from Faison will go in there for a strike. Want to thank Nick Adams and Coach John Brown for coming on. Nick Adams, of course, a baseball player for Yavapai College in Prescott, Arizona. And John Brown, the head coach here at Mingus Union for the softball team. Again, our first broadcast for softball season is that is ground ball right past Triplett. And Hoke is thinking too. He'll round first, looking for a leadoff double. Hoke's going to have to get on his wheels. Relay throw. Great throw in from Triplett. Phenomenal job recovering after missing the ground ball, but able to get the out. So Hoke, instead of a leadoff single, it's going to be an out. And we'll see what happens here. So Hoke is going to go back to first base. We'll see back to second base. We'll see what happens here. Not entirely sure what's going on. Quesada talking with an umpire. So Hoke will be out. Again, a beautiful recovery by Corbin Triplett over at third. The ball gets past him, past his glove. He's able to recover, and Hoke is out at second. So the umpires are going to keep talking, and he is officially out. Quesada having a few words with the umpire, but Hoke is out. Now Jace Taylor will step in. First pitch on the way to Taylor. That one is in there for a ball. And of course, coming up next week, the Yavapai College, some representatives from the baseball team will come down and put on a clinic for some kids looking to play baseball and softball, get some knowledge from some knowledgeable players. I want to thank Athletic Director Brad Clifford as well for coordinating this interview. Pitch on the way to Taylor. Is low for a ball. Count will go to 2-0. 6-2 our score here in the bottom of the third inning. 1 out for the Marauders. Pitch on the way. That one will go foul, and now the count will go to 2-1. So Taylor fouls that one off. The count will go to 2-1 now with 1 out. Pitch on the way. That was going to run inside. Got him looking. And that'll be the second out. And now here comes Elian Martinez. Martinez crushed a pitch out into left field for a double. Beautiful hit for Elian Martinez. Pitch on the way. That one will run inside and go for a ball. Similar start to the at-bat for Elian Martinez. Last time he also had to duck on the first pitch. And then on a 1-0 count, he's able to drive it in the left field. We'll see what he can do here. Pitch on the way. Martinez will do just that. He'll crush it into center field. Going back to the wall. It is going to bounce off the wall. Another double for Martinez as he rounds first and stands up at second with a double and 2 outs. So Martinez said I had a double in the first inning. You know what? I think I'm going to do it again here in the third. Same start to the at-bat, which is so weird. As Martinez, you can see right there on your screen, rounding first base and able to get there with enough time to stand up and take the gloves off. 2 doubles for Elian Martinez. He is having a phenomenal game so far. And now Ryan Lindsay will step in. Lindsay, of course, a ground-out victim last time to end the first inning. First on the way. Will run inside for a ball. So 1-0 count to Lindsay. Marauders looking to tack on another run before we head into the fourth inning. Pitch on the way. We'll go low for a ball. So the count will go to 2-0. So Lindsay ahead in the count here, 2-0. 6-2 our score here in the third. And here comes Coach McCubbins to go talk to his pitcher. So he's going to go talk to his pitcher and catcher. And, runner over at second base. And Ryan Lindsay looking to bring around Elian Martinez to cut into the deficit here. A 4-run lead for the Wolves. And obviously if Lindsay can bring around Martinez, it'll cut the deficit to 3. Martinez, a beautiful double again. This time out into left center field as opposed to just left field. Martinez, weirdly enough, started the same at-bat in the first inning the same way he did the third inning, with a pitch high and inside, and then he saw one he liked and crushed it to the left side of the outfield. And, that's why we've got a runner over at second. We've got 2 down. Of course, ground out from Trevor Hoke to start off this inning, and then a strikeout from Jace Taylor. And now here we go. First pitch on the way to Lindsay. That'll be outside. Martinez should make it over to third with no problem. He'll advance on the pass ball. 3-0 the count now to Lindsay. So here we go. Big opportunity right here for Lindsay with a 3-0 count and a runner over on third base. 6-2 our score. Pitch on the way. That'll go low, and Lindsay will get on with a walk. So now with a runner on third and first, it'll be Drew Meyer stepping in. Drew Meyer, of course, the running back for the varsity team here at Mingus Union. And we're Definitely excited to see what Drew can do next season. The junior will be back for his senior year here at Mingus Union. First pitch on the way. Meyer takes that one low and inside for a ball. He'll be paired back up with the catcher, Zach Harrison. They were a really good tandem all season long. Seemed like whenever Harrison, he did this little screen pass over to Meyer, and Meyer would break off for about 15 yards. And we'll see what we can do here with the runner on third and first. That one run inside for a strike. And again, an interesting situation here for Coach Quesada. You could force the throw from Waterfield if you send Lindsay from first to second. And of course, worst case scenario, you take a strike or a ball, but you've got runners in second and first. Ground ball, the Sweet Chick takes off the lip, but no problem for Seth Sweet Chick as he gets the out at second, and that will end the inning. Sweet Chick able to get the out at second, and that'll do it. We'll head to the fourth right here on Verde Valley TV.
If you're looking for a plumber, look no farther than D-Best Plumbing. Call them at 567-8755. Owner and founder Danny Petty has 18 years of plumbing experience in the Verde Valley. D-Best Plumbing prides themselves with providing quality workmanship and efficiency, which means honest and fair pricing for their customers. D-Best Plumbing, where a job done right is a job done once.
The most common reasons for bankruptcy are unforeseen circumstances like tragedies, illness, unemployment, and foreclosures. I'm Michael Gordon. We understand your situation and your need to look at all the alternatives. Call Gordon & Gordon for a free, non-judgmental bankruptcy or foreclosure consultation. Ask about zero-down bankruptcy options. Gordon & Gordon Attorneys at Law. Trust well placed.
Trey Peters will remain on the mound for the Marauders as we begin the top of the fourth inning here. The Wolves currently on top of the Marauders 6-2. Striding in now is Seth Sweetchick. Or excuse me, stepping in now is, I take that back, that is going to be Ashton Perez. Perez crushes that one into center field. Going back is Rivera. It is going to fall, and Ashton Perez again will lead off the inning with a base hit, and it'll be a double, his third double of the afternoon. Wow. Ashton Perez, anything close, he's going to crush it. 3 doubles for Perez, 3 for 3 on the day. And now stepping in will be Austin Heinzeman. Heinzeman last time was taking a look at that hit by Perez. A little pitch high and in, no problem for Perez as he drives that one into center field. Heinzeman waiting the first pitch from Peters. Throw will go high and outside for ball 1. Want to know our count here. No outs, runner on second base. Again, Ashton Perez's third double of the evening. Putting together a great game so far. Peters will step off. That one is popped up and will go foul. A 1-1 count to Heinzeman. 6-2 our score here in the fourth inning. Pitch on the way. Heinzeman pops that one up into center field. Hustling in for it is Rivera. He'll make the grab, throw it on to second. Ball is loose. Now Perez with an opportunity to get back to second. He did not touch third, and he is out. It doesn't matter if he was safe anyway. You got to tag third to go back to second. So Perez is out on the double up. So a double play for the Marauders, a fly out to center field, and then a double play over at second base. And 2 down for the Marauders. And now what turned into a leadoff double for the Wolves will turn into a double play, will turn into a 1-2-3 possibility for the Marauders as Seth Sweetchick steps in. Sweetchick a double and a sacrifice RBI. As we take a look at that again, you know, Perez has got to step on second, before you can step on you got to step on third before you can go to second. Pitch on the way. I want to go away for a ball. 1-0 our count. Peters will step off. So Perez starting off with a double, and then gets double played over at second. And that one is swung on and missed by Sweet Chick, 1-1 count. Peters looking to keep the damage very, very low here in the fourth inning with a 1-1 count here and 2 outs. Pitch on the way is going to go low for a ball. Count will go to 2-1. 2-1 count now for Seth Sweet Chick with no one on here in the fourth. Peters, the windup and the pitch. I want to go high and in there for a strike. Now the count will run even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here for Seth Sweet Chick. Corey Triplett waiting on deck. Pitch on the way. And it'll go outside. Now the count will go full 3-2. So Peters going to have to throw something to get Sweet Chick chasing. So it's going to be something in the zone here. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Peters gets out of the inning as the throw in onto first is in time. A 1-2-3 inning for the Marauders. As we head to the bottom of the fourth, they still are down by 4 runs. Don't go anywhere.
If you want freedom and adventure, stop into one of Galpin Auto and RV's convenient locations. With a large inventory of both new and pre-owned autos and RVs, they have something for most every budget. You'll find a relaxed, no-hassle way of doing business in both Dewey and Cottonwood. Their knowledgeable staff will have you on your way to your next vacation in no time. Galpin Auto and RV in Dewey and Cottonwood, a name you can trust for over 30 years.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
Trey Peters will stride in now to lead off things here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Philip Katafma, I want to welcome you back here on Verde Valley TV on the campus of Mingus Union High Schools. Peters swings at that one, and it'll go foul, so the count will go to 0-1. I want to thank a few more of our sponsors here. Hyundai of Cottonwood, Taylor Waste, All Price Insurance, and Gordon Attorneys at Law. I want to thank them for sponsoring today's game. Pitch on the way. It'll run inside for strike 2. Now the count quickly 0-2 to Trey Peters. It'll be Peters, Rivera, and Alvarez. That'll be the 1-2-3 for the Marauders here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Faison, pitch on the way. Peters just barely gets the bat to poke at it, and it'll go foul. So the count will remain at 0-2. Waiting for the pitch on the way. Peters looks at that one, it'll go ball. So now the count will go to 1-2. Good eye from Trey Peters as that pitch just barely eclipsed the outside corner. Faison in the stretch, pitch on the way. Peters chops that one foul. Coach Quesada with the quick hands over there on the third base side. Our count remains at 1-2. Faison, the pitch on the way. Peters again, right back to Coach Quesada and makes a great play. So Peters battling pretty well at the plate here. Fouled off almost everything except one. And now he'll wait the 1-2. Pitch on the way. Peters into center field. Going back on it is Perez. He'll make the grab for out number 1. Stepping up now is Anthony Rivera. Rivera, a ground-out victim in his first at-bat, his only at-bat so far. Looking to get things going here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. 6-4 our score here. Faison, pitch on the way. As that one will go low for a ball. So good eye from Rivera. As the count will now go to 1-0. 1 down here. Mingus Union High School. Pitch on the way. I want to run inside again. In there for a strike. The 1-1. And a slow roller down third base. Triplet's going to have to make a play at first. Throw on to first is in time. Beautiful play from Corbin Triplet over at third base. 2 down now for the Wolves. Two down now for the Estrella Foothills Wolves. And now to be Jan Alvarez. Alvarez got hit by a pitch and then walked. Looking for his first hit, and the Marauders could definitely use it to put together some sort of 2-out rally here. Pitch on the way from Faison. And it'll go low for a ball. Marauders still currently down by 4 runs, 6-2 our score, here in the 4th inning. Pitch on the way. It'll go outside for ball 2. 2-0 count now. 2-0 count now on the way to Alvarez, the pitch. Ground ball over to second. Killian gets the chop, is unable to get it, bounces off the infield, and it'll be a single for Alvarez, his first hit of the day. Bouncing off the infield there. Getting eaten up, Brandon Killian. So now we will see Zach Harrison. Harrison will take off his shin guards, retie his shoe, and get ready to go. The runner on first base. Harrison will check in now with a runner on first. Still 2 outs here, 6-2 our score here in the 4th inning. Faison, first one on the way. The pitch. I want to run inside for a ball. And the count will go to 1-0 for Harrison with a runner on first base. 2 outs for the Marauders. Harrison looking to get something going for Mingus. Try to cut into this deficit. Not a big hill to climb, but a hill nonetheless. Pitch on the way. I want to go high. Back pick over to first, not in time. And the count will go to 2-0. Two-0 count here with 2 down. Harrison awaiting the pitch. The throw from Faison is in there for a strike, and now the count will go to 2-1. So Harrison sees that one all the way inside for a strike. Runner on first base. 2-1 count. Faison, the pitch. That one swung on and missed. A little early on the swing there is Harrison. The count will run even at 2-2 with 2 outs here in the 4th. Not going to take too much to move Alvarez into scoring position from Harrison. We'll see what he can do. The 2-2. Harrison swung on and missed. It'll go into the dirt. Toss over to first is in time, and that will end the inning. So Harrison goes down on strikes and ends the 4th inning. We head to the top of the 5th. Our score, the Estrella Foothills Wolves 6 and the Mingus Marauders 2. Don't go anywhere. Right here on Verde Valley TV.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste. Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
We begin the top of the 5th inning here at Mingus Union High School. Philip Catafamo, happy to have you along with me here on Verde Valley TV. Marauders currently down 6-2 as we begin the top of the 5th inning. Striding in now for the Estrella Foothills Wolves is Corbin Triplett. Triplett, of course, making 2 beautiful plays at third base in the 4th inning as he begins the top of the 5th. Currently 0 for 2 so far is Corbin Triplett, and Trey Peters will look to make him go 0 for 3. First pitch on the way to Peters here, the pitch on the way to Triplett here. The throw. I want to run inside for a ball, and the count will go to 1-0 here for Corbin Triplett. The 1-0 on the way. That one is popped up and will go foul. Now our count will go to 1-1. I want to thank another sponsor here, Arizona Smile Designers. I want to thank them for sponsoring Lawler Construction and Larry Green Chevrolet. Six to 2 our score here. 1-1 our count with no outs as we begin the top of the 5th inning. The pitch on the way to Triplett. I want to run in there for a strike. And now the count will go to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Peters looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Got one last inning. Let's see if he can do it here. The 1-2. I'm going to go in the dirt for ball 2. Now our count will go to even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes with no out. Peters asking for a new ball. Well, if it's not feeling good, you might as well grab a new one. So Peters looking for a little bit of better grip on the ball. Pitch on the way. Slow roller to third will go foul, and the count will remain 2-2. It'll be Triplett, Waterfield, and Killian for the Estrella Foothills Wolves here in the 5th inning. 2-2 on the way. The pitch. I want to go for a ball. Count will go to 3-2. Full count now to Triplett, doing a great job. Was behind in the count, now able to battle back and run it even. The 3-2 on the way. Triplett takes that one inside for a ball, and he will get on with a leadoff walk. Cameron Waterfield, the catcher, will step up, got on with a hit by pitch and came around to score in the 2nd inning, and then got on with a double and also came around to score in the 3rd. We'll see what he can do here in the 5th with a runner on first base and no outs. Peters in the stretch now. Checks the runner over at first. Pitch on the way. The throw. Will run inside for a strike. So Peters starts out this at-bat like he did the last one with a strike. Marauders looking to turn 2 here and get 2 quick outs and try to get another 1-2-3 inning. Pitch on the way. Chopped up in the air into left field. Hustling over for it is Hoke. Hoke looking to track it down. He will not. It'll go foul. And now we got a 0-2 count for Waterfield. Runner over on first base. Peters gets the ball back from a shortstop. That throw on over there to, that one will go in there for a ball. So now the count will go to 1-2. Runner over there at first base. Pitch on the way. Popped up again. Hoke, second opportunity. I don't think he's going to be able to track that one down as it will go into foul territory. The count will remain at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the top of the 5th inning. Runner over at first base. It's Corbin Triplett. He got on with a walk. And now it's Cameron Waterfield up the plate with a 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. I want to go low for a ball. Now the count will go to even at 2, 2-2. Again, much like the last at-bat, Peters able to get ahead of the hitters, and then the hitters just kind of working their way back. Triplett was able to get on with a walk. We'll see what Waterfield can do here with a 2-2. The pitch, back up, pick-off move, not in time. Pitch on the way. The throw. will run low, and now the count will go full. So much like Triplett before him, Waterfield has got a full count with no outs and a runner on first base. The 3-2 on the way. Triplett's going to take off. That one will go low for a ball, and back-to-back walks will give us runners on first and second. And now here comes Brandon Killian. Killian last time, 2 singles so far. A single in the second inning, came around to score, and a single in the third. And now he'll step up in the 5th inning here with a runner on second and first. Pitch on the way. That one will go right past the first baseman. Triplett will round third. Waterfield coming around second. That throw into home is in town. No, he's safe. He got under the tag. So Triplett under the tag, able to score a double for Killian. Whew. Close play at the plate. Waterfield moves to third. Triplett comes in and scores. And we take another look at it. We'll take another look at that tag. Yeah, it looks like Killian did a great slide. Sliding more to the right side, so the tag had to go from behind. As you see Killian there rounding second base. But 7-2 now our score here. Pitch coming into Hitchcock is going to be low for a ball. So Killian able to come up clutch for the Wolves and bring around a run, extend their lead now to 5. Pitch is in there for a strike, and now the count will go 2-1-1. Coach McCubbins. And now we've got a pinch hitter. Or not a pinch hitter, excuse me. We've got a little bit of a substitution. Maybe had the wrong guy out there on deck, so now they got a different guy out there. It's going to be a slow roller to third. Throw on to first from Martinez in there for out number 1. The play at the plate, got him in time. Double play, the Marauders. 2 down. That's only 2 outs. Ooh. Almost catching the runner over at third asleep. But 2 down now for the Marauders. Everyone, seems like everyone on the field thought that was the end of the inning, but 2 down now for Mingus. The run will not score. Beautiful plays. We've taken a look at it. Great tag from Zach Harrison. Able to get the out. Double play for the Marauders. We take a little look there. And now we got 2 down. So now here comes a new hitter for that's going to be Austin Wright. So Austin Wright will come in. Hit will come, Wright will come in and hit for Palmer. And assumption may be that he's probably going to move to left field. Pitch on the way. Wright fouls that one off. And the count will go to 2-1. Or excuse me, 1-0. Pitch on the way. Right, off-speed pitch, gets a hold of that one, it'll go foul. So we got a 1-2 count here for Wright with 2 outs. Peters looking to keep the damage limited to just the 1 run. Pitch on the way. That one swung on and missed. Give him the strikeout to get out of the inning, but not before the Wolves can tack on 1 more. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Don't go anywhere, right here on Verde Valley TV.
Lawler Construction is the exclusive builder at Mesquite Hills Subdivision in Cottonwood, a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 33 years. Lawler Construction uses green construction methods, building efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction, a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels.
When you buy a vehicle at Hyundai of Cottonwood, you'll enjoy thousands of miles. With America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000 miles, driving a Hyundai will give you peace of mind. Yes, there's something for everyone at Hyundai of Cottonwood on Rodeo Drive, above Larry Green Chevrolet and next to Walmart. Hyundai of Cottonwood. New thinking, new possibilities. A formula for happy drivers.
Trevor Hoke starts off the top of the fifth or bottom of the fifth inning here. Takes his first pitch for a ball. Crushes that one into left field. Going back is right, looking up, it is gone! Trevor Hoke helping out the cause with a leadoff home run, and the Marauders cut the deficit. 7-3, Trevor Hoke showing off the stroke into left field. Wow. I had a fan come up to me earlier and ask me if anybody has hit a home run over the fence, and I think that may have just answered his question. Wow. Trevor Hoke got a hold of that one. 7-3 our score here in the top of the fifth, as we will get a pitching change. Faison, a solid pitching performance. 2 strikeouts through 4 2/3 inning, and we'll get a new pitcher. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more baseball right here on Verde Valley TV.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
It'll be Cooper Vanderhei to start off the rest of the bottom of the fifth inning after a deep bomb by Trevor Hoke into left field. 7-3 our score here. Philip Catalfamo, happy to have you along with me here on Verde Valley TV as we get things going here. Vanderhei coming in relief of Damian Faison. Faison 4 2/3 inning pitched. Gave up 3 runs and had 2 strikeouts. Not a bad performance from the young fella. We'll see what Vanderhei can do for the Wolves. As Elian Martinez will stride in. Martinez having himself, or excuse me, it will not be Martinez, it'll be Jace Taylor stepping in. Taylor will step in, his first plate appearance against Vanderhei. First one on the way. Vanderhei Taylor takes that one in there for a strike and starts out the inning 0-1. Second one on the way. It's going to go in the dirt for ball 2. Count will go to 1-1. Here in the bottom of the fifth inning, 1-1. The count to Jace Taylor. Elian Martinez waiting on deck. Pitch. That one will go outside. Now the count will go to 2-1. Elian Martinez waiting on deck, and then Ryan Lindsay right after him, waiting in the hole. The pitch. That one will go foul, and the count will even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the fifth inning. No outs for the Mingus Marauders. Able to cut into the deficit a little bit after that Trevor Hoke home run, the first home run for the Marauders this season. The pitch. That one will go foul, and the count will stay at 2-2. Of course, Vanderhei, just a freshman. Still a lot of time here at Estrella Foothills. 6'6", 170. One of 2 guys who are clocking in at 6'6". The pitch popped up and will go foul. Beautiful off-speed pitch from Vanderhei, but just hung it up a little too high. And we'll go foul. So the count will remain 2-2. Two our count here with no outs. Pitch on the way from Vanderhei. I want to go right down third base, off the glove of Triplett. And making it on to first base is Taylor. So Taylor will get on the error. So here comes Elian Martinez. Martinez having himself a wonderful night. 2 for 2 with 2 doubles, both on 1-0 counts. We'll see what Vanderhei has to offer him as the Marauders look to continue to cut into this deficit, currently down by 4. Taylor over at first, and here comes Martinez. The 2-2. Or the first one, excuse me. I'm still thinking that Jace Taylor's at the plate. That was the first pitch to Martinez, and it goes away for a ball. So 1-0 count with no outs here. Runner on first. Martinez looking to take advantage of the freshman pitcher. The pitch. Now it'll go away for ball 2. So Martinez will see more than 2 strikes for the first time today. In his first at-bat, he took a pitch high and inside and then got a double. Second at-bat, yeah, you guessed it, high and inside and then another double. So you can do here on a 2-0 count the pitch. Martinez takes that one low. Now the count will go 3-0, showing some patience at the plate. 3-0 count with no outs. Pitch on the way to Martinez, going to have to protect at the plate, and that'll be a walk. So Martinez will continue his solid night at the plate, and we'll get on with a walk, and here comes Ryan Lindsay. Lindsay a walk and a ground out, looking for his first hit, and what a time to get it. Cut into this deficit. Marauders looking for their second victory, able to get a victory last night against Greenway High School, and they'll look to do it again tonight. The pitch. That one is going to be in there for a strike, and the count will go to 0-1. Taylor over at second, Martinez over at first. Lindsay at the plate. The 0-1. It'll go high, and the count will go now to 0-2. Or excuse me, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big opportunity here for Martinez. Nice hole out there in center field, or if he can push it to the opposite field, nobody is over in right field as that one goes low for a ball. Count will go to 2-1. We'll see if Martinez can shorten his swing here and drive it to the opposite side of the field. Again, you can see a huge gap on the shift in the right side of the outfield. I can tell you anything over in that area is going to be trouble for the Wolves. Pitch on the way to Martinez. Swung on and fouled that one off. Now the count will run even at 2. The count here for Lindsay. 7-3 our score here in the 5th inning. Drew Myers waiting to come in. Pitch on the way. Out will run inside, and it'll be a ball. Now the count will go full at 3-2. Drew Meyer waiting in on deck with no outs. Big opportunity here for the Marauders. Have a big inning. The 3-2. That one's popped up and will go foul. So Lindsay doing a good job battling at the plate, keeping the count even. We'll see what he can do here on the 3-2. Again, no outs. Runners on second and first. The pitch. Taylor pops that one, or excuse me, Lindsay pops that one up again, and it'll go foul. Starting off the inning, Trevor Hoke hitting a home run to lead things off here in the 5th inning. And then Jace Taylor getting on the error, moving on to second after the walk from Elian Martinez. And now Ryan Lindsay with a 3-2 count. Vanderhei in the stretch. The pitch. And it's going to be low, and it is going to be walked. Bases are loaded for the Marauders, and Drew Meyer with a big opportunity here to break this thing open for Mingus. Going to get a mound visit here as catcher and the entire infield want to talk to their freshman pitcher. Again, want to thank AZ Smile Designer. Smile big, smile bright, and your donation will help others smile too. Visit ArizonaSmileDesigners.com to learn about all of their services offered, from simple cleanings and maintenance to professional teeth whitening, implants, crowns, bridges, dentures, and denture repair. New patients are welcome. Again, that is Arizona Smile Designers. I want to thank them for sponsoring today's broadcast. And now Drew Meyer will step in. Meyer looking for his first hit. He is 0 for 2 so far, and the bases are loaded with no outs. First one on the way. That one is in there for a strike. And now Myers starting off his at-bat 0-1. Trey Peters waiting on deck. Pitch on the way, the 0-1. It'll go away, and the count will go to 1-1. Of course, a big swing by Drew Meyer will tie this thing up, but really any kind of base hit will just help the Marauders' cause later on, as that one goes high, and the count will go to 2-1. And that is what you want. Chip away a little bit here in these middle innings and then make that big push right at the end. The pitch. Meyer swung on and missed. Now the count will go even at 2. Meyer looking to turn a base hit into a few RBIs here. Again, the shift is on as the entire outfield is more focused on the pull hitting. Of course, a little more of the common theme here for the Marauders, as most of their base hits have come from the left side. But we'll see if Myers can put one into right. The pitch. And hacks at that one. It'll go foul, and the count will remain 2-2. A lot of people not a big fan of the shift, but of course, it is a defensive strategy and a smart strategy when you play against these guys, like a Joey Gallo of the Texas Rangers, a guy who more commonly pulls. But we'll see what Meyer can do here. As that one will go outside. Now the count will go to full. Meyer doing a good job staying alive at the plate, running the count full again. That's the second batter in a row we've had a full count. It's gone the way of the Marauders. Let's see if the Marauders can walk in a run or tack in a couple more on a base hit. The 3-2. Meyer swung on and missed. It's going to be a strikeout in the first out for the Marauders. And here comes Trey Peters. Bases loaded for Trey Peters. And he'd love to help his cause as he's the pitcher on the mound. A couple insurance runs, or excuse me, a couple runs to cut into the deficit would definitely help his confidence going forward. Pitch on the way. That one will run inside for a strike. Peters has already got a hit so far tonight. He had a double in the second inning and then flew out in the fourth. We'll see what he can do here in the fifth inning. The 0-1 on the way to Peters. That one's popped up, and looks like Waterfield is going to make the grab for out number 2. So back-to-back outs for Cooper Vanderhei. And 2 down for the Marauders. And now here comes Anthony Rivera. Rivera, again, bases loaded. Would not like to leave runners on here. They've done it a few times so far. They did it in the third inning. And hopefully they can change their luck here in the fifth. Rivera, it's not going to take too much to bring around a runner. Pitch on the way. That will run inside and tight for a strike. And the count will go to 0-1. The 0-1 to Rivera on the way. That one run inside again, in there for a strike right around the same area for Rivera. And the count will go to 0-2. 2 down, 0-2. The freshman, Cooper Vanderhei, looking to get out of the bases loaded jam. Vanderhei, the stretch. The 0-2 on the way. And he will do just that Vanderhei able to get out of the inning. A 1-2-3 after the home run and a couple of walks. The Marauders will head into the 6th, still down by 4. We head into the 6th right here on Verde Valley TV.
If you're looking for a plumber, look no farther than D-Best Plumbing. Call them at 567-8755. Owner and founder Danny Petty has 18 years of plumbing experience in the Verde Valley. D-Best Plumbing prides themselves with providing quality workmanship and efficiency, which means honest and fair pricing for their customers. D-Best Plumbing, where a job done right is a job done once.
The most common reasons for bankruptcy are unforeseen circumstances like tragedies, illness, unemployment, and foreclosures. I'm Michael Gordon. We understand your situation and your need to look at all the alternatives. Call Gordon & Gordon for a free, non-judgmental bankruptcy or foreclosure consultation. Ask about zero-down bankruptcy options. Gordon & Gordon Attorneys at Law. Trust well placed.
It'll be Jace Taylor to start off the 6th inning as the Marauders get things going here, still down by 4. Phil Katafamo, I want to welcome you back here on Verde Valley TV. Marauders still down by 4 here, 7-3. Estrella Foothills looking to extend their lead against the new pitcher, Jace Taylor. We'll see what Jace Taylor can do. Trey Peters, of course, coming in, pitching pretty well. Only gave up 1 run, a couple of walks, but was able to get out of a jam at the bottom of the 5th inning, or the top of the 5th inning. Well, I should say clarify a little bit, at the bottom half of the top of the 5th. I know that makes no sense, but it does to me. So Taylor will now stride in. Another basketball player coming over and pitching for the Marauders, and Coach Quesada. So it'll be Faison, who led off this game as the pitcher, and I believe he moved over to right field. And now we'll see. Damian Faison, currently 0 for 2, and he'll get to face Jace Peters for the first time tonight. Jace Taylor for the first time tonight, excuse me. First one on the way. That one's going to go in there for a strike. And Taylor will start things off with an 0-1 count. The 0-1, pitch on the way. Bunt showing, Faison's going to get it down. Going to be a play at first, going to be close. Cannot scoop it up with the glove is Taylor, and Faison will get on with a single. You know, a common mistake you find with young baseball players is slow rollers like that. Got to go with the hand. You have to go with the hand and not the glove. Of course, mistake going to happen. Jace Taylor's a young baseball player. No damage done so far, but slow rollers like that, the decision of going glove or hand, that situation, maybe the hand. But anyway, coming in now is Ashton Perez, who's having quite a night. Ground ball over to second base. Only play is at first. They will finally quiet Ashton Perez as he gets out on the 4-3. So Faison will move on to second, showing the wheels going from first to second, eliminating that double play almost immediately. And now it'll be Austin Heinzeman. Heinzeman so far got on with a single and then was a double play victim and then flew out his last 2 at-bats. Taylor looking to keep him quiet. The pitch. That one will go foul, and the count will go to 1-0. I want to remind you our next broadcast will be March 26th. We'll be taking our broadcast over to the opposite field for the softball. Mingus Union taking on Mojave. And the 0-1 is in there for a strike. And now the count will go to 0-2. So now a 0-2 count on the way to Heisman. The pitch. That one will go in the dirt, and now the count will go to 1-0. Ball will get past Harrison, and Faison will move over to third. 1-2 count now. 7-3 our score here. Pitch on the way. The 1-2 is in the dirt. Now the count will run even at 2. We'll see if Taylor can find himself a strikeout here and try to leave that runner over at third. Of course, anything in the infield, you're going to have to check that runner and then go over to first base. The pitch is in the dirt. It'll get past Harrison. Coming in to score is Faison, and the Wolves will extend their lead. So now we've got a 3-2 count with 1 out as Faison comes in and scores. Now Taylor looking to do what Cooper Vanderhyde did last inning and try to get out of a jam. Of course, no one on for Taylor, but does give up the run. The pitch. That one to go in the dirt. And getting on with a walk will be Heinzeman. Striding in now will be Seth Sweetschick. Had a sacrifice RBI, then a double, came around to score. Struck out in his last at-bat. We'll see what he can do here with 1 out and 1 man on. First one on the way to Sweetschick, the pitch. Popped up and will go foul. Five-run lead for the Wolves. The Marauders looking to keep the damage limited. Estrella has scored in every inning except 1. They did not score in the 4th inning. That's the only 1-2-3 inning so far for the Marauders. That one's going to go in the dirt. Harrison's going to block it, throw down to second. They get him in time. They did not. So a 1-1 count as Heisman collects a stolen base. Sweetschick now looking to bring in the runner around from second. The 1-1. Pitch from Taylor is in the dirt and will go low for a ball, so the count will go to 2-1. Two 2-1 count with a runner on second. Pitch on the way. We'll run inside and there for a strike. So now the count will go to 2-2 count for Seth Sweetschick. 1 out, runner on second base. Taylor. Pitch on the way. Pickoff move to second. Not going to be in time. Keeping an eye on Heisman, who has already got a stolen base so far. Was able to go from first to second. The 2-2. The pitch. Sweetschick sends that one into right field. No one is going to track it down. It is going to fall. Coming around to score is Heinzeman. Sweetschick rounding first. He'll step in with a stand-up double. And another run comes around for the Wolves. So now Corbin Triplett will step in. Triplett so far 0 for 2 with a walk, but did come around to score. And our score, or the lead for the Estrella Foothills Wolves, extending now to 6. 9-3, the Wolves currently on top of the Marauders here in the 6th inning. First one on the way to Triplett. The pitch. He's going to go in there for a strike. It's going to get past Harrison. Sweetschick is going to head to third. And we've got a 1-0 count. So 1 ball, no outs. Or, excuse me, 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out here in the 6th inning. Triplett again 0 for 2 with a walk. Did come around to score in his 3rd at-bat. The pitch popped up and will go behind us into foul territory. Oh, 2 count now to Corbin Triplett. The 0-2. It's going to go way outside for a ball. Now the count will go to 1-2. 9-3 our score here in the 6th. 1 down for the Marauders. The 1-2 on the way. That one is fouled off. Count will remain 1-2. Triplett doing a good job battling at the plate here. Triplett will step back in with a 1-2 count. Runner over at third, the pitch. I want to go outside. Now the count will go 2-2. Harrison's going to have to dive from first. Oh, ball got past Harrison, unable to get the man out at home. Heads up base running there by Seth Sweetchick. Seven-run lead now for the Wolves, 10-3. We'll see what Triplett can do here with a 2-2 count, no one on. Taylor just looking to get out of the inning. The pitch. Popped up, and will go foul. So 2-2 count still to Corbin Triplett, who's looking for his first base hit this afternoon. Seth Sweetchick able to come around and score. The pitch. Triplett fouls that one off, just barely getting that one on the end of the bat. Two-two count, 1 down. Taylor in the stretch, the pitch. Off speed will dink him on the back, and Triplett will get on with a hit by pitch. So now to be Cameron Waterfield striding in for the Wolves, looking to extend their 7-run lead. Cameron Waterfield, hit by pitch, had a double, scored both times, and then got on with a walk and was stranded over at third in the 5th inning. He'll wait for the first one from Taylor. The pitch is in there for a strike. Now an 0-1 count to Waterfield. A little bit of a windy day here in Cottonwood, Arizona. But no problem for Trevor Hooks. He crushed a home run last inning for the Marauders. Pickoff move not in time. It's a beautiful shot in the left field. It just carried, the wind picked it up, and it went right over the wall for a home run. 0-1 count. 0-1 count to Waterfield with 1 down, a man on first. The pitch. Outside for a ball. So now we get a 1-1 count. One count on the way, the pitch. I want to go low for a ball, and we have a possibility. Corbin Triplett's going to take off to second. Now he's thinking 3. And we'll stay there at third. He'll move on the overthrow from Harrison to Peters over at first. And I thought they were going to be able to double up Triplett, but he just kept going to second. And now Triplett has put himself in scoring position with a 2-1 count to Waterfield. The 2-1. Waterfield will chop that one foul. Now the count will go to 2-2. 2-2 count with 1 out. 3 runs so far this inning for the Wolves. The 2-2. That one to go away for ball 3. Now the count will go to 3-2. The 3-2. Down the line will go foul. So the count will remain full. Taylor just looking for his second out of the inning. Just trying to get out and keep the damage low. Ten to 3 here in the 6th inning. The payoff pitch will get him looking for another out. The first strikeout for Jace Taylor, and the second out for the Marauders. And now we'll get Brendan Killian. Killian so far 2 singles, scored in his first at-bat, was stranded at second in his second at-bat, and had a double in his third and was doubled up. First one on the way, the pitch. Check swing, did not go. Did not go, so it'll be a ball. (1-0) the count here to Killian. Killian so far 3 for 3, the pitch. I want to go outside for ball 2. Most pitches Killian has seen so far is 4. He had the single in his second at-bat on the first pitch, and had a double again on the first in his third at-bat. Now here in his fourth at-bat, the 2-2, or the 2-0. Now to go low, now the count will go 3-0. So Killian doing a good job at the plate here. Ahead in the count, 3-0. Taylor's going to have to throw him something to swing at, as he still looks to get out of this inning. The 3-0. And it's going to be a walk. So Killian continues his successful plate appearances as he gets over to first base on a walk. And now runners on first and third with 2 down. And here comes Hitchcock and also Coach Quesada. So we'll see if it'll be a pitching change here, and yes, it will be. We're going to take a break. We'll get you who that new pitcher is right here when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
If you want freedom and adventure, stop into one of Galpin Auto and RV's convenient locations. With a large inventory of both new and pre-owned autos and RVs, they have something for most every budget. You'll find a relaxed, no-hassle way of doing business in both Dewey and Cottonwood. Their knowledgeable staff will have you on your way to your next vacation in no time. Galpin Auto and RV in Dewey and Cottonwood, a name you can trust for over 30 years.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go Marauders!
Trevor Hoke will come in relief for the Mingus Marauders here in the top of the 6th inning. 2 outs, runners on first and third. Philip Katafamo, want to welcome you back here on Verde Valley TV. Hoke coming in relief of Jace Taylor. Taylor only lasted 1 inning, but did have a strikeout and was able to get the second out of the inning. So not a great outing for Jace Taylor, but still very early in the season. He'll be able to bounce back next week when the Marauders take on Thunderbird High School. We've got a special guest here along with me, a man who has been on the broadcast before, Coach Calvin Balo. Coach, welcome on.
Hey, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
As we get your mic going there. There we are.
Awesome.
Coach, first and foremost, thank you for coming on. I know you had some plans. They got switched around. We're happy to have you here. The soccer season this year, you guys put together quite a run this year, as that one is right into the outfield. That'll score 1, and it'll be a base hit, a leadoff base hit, after the pitching change for Hitchcock, and moving over to third is Killian, and scoring is Triplett. So, Coach, while we were chatting there, we got a base hit and another run coming around for the Wolves, but great soccer season this year for you guys.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was interesting to see kind of how the whole team developed. We won the games we were supposed to. I just kept telling the girls, do what you got to do, and we definitely weren't always the best team, but they found a way to win. And our joke was 2-1, 2-1. If we can get 2 and they only get 1, we win. And it happened a lot. It was a lot of fun.
As Wright takes that first one in there for a strike. Again, 2 outs here, 0-1 count to Wright. Second pitch on the way. It's going to be a chopper and will go foul. Now the count will go to 0-2. You know, you guys you had your playoff game here, and I believe you guys won on was it in overtime or penalty kick? It was overtime.
Yeah, we went into overtime. Yeah, Felicia Bueno, one of our seniors, scored in overtime. We had Jaden Bayless score in regulation, and it was a great game. They were a good team.
That's going to be a slow roller over to second base. Marauders looking to get out of the inning. Throw on to first is in time. Coach, hold on to that thought. We'll be right back with you. Right after this, the Marauders will go and bat. Once we come back, don't go anywhere. Right here on Verde Valley TV.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste. Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Want to welcome you back here at Mingus Union High School. Phil Katafmo alongside head soccer coach here, Craig Balo, for the girls soccer team. Coach, we get things going here in the bottom of the sixth inning. We got a new pitcher. That is going to be Corbin Triplett. He goes from third to pitcher. And we'll get into the substitution here as Corbin Vanderhei was able to get out of a bases-loaded jam. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
The bases-loaded jam for the Marauders. So close to scoring a couple more runs there.
Yeah, the runs we think we needed.
They were definitely needed. I agree with that 100%. But, Coach, we were talking as the top of the order here, Jan Alvarez will check in. Alvarez awaits the first one from Triplett. Popped up in the air and will go foul. Coach, we were talking about the Grand Canyon region. You're telling me a really, really good region overall this entire season. A lot of teams in the region making the playoffs.
Yeah, the girls soccer, we sent 4 of them to the state tournament. Actually, 6 out of 7 went into the play-in games. It's, going into the region tournament or into the region play, all the teams are 5-0. Everyone's won all their games, and all of a sudden we start beating up on each other. And it's really hard when you play the state championship, Flagstaff Eagles, a team that made it to the Final Four, the Prescott Badgers. You just start playing those teams, and it's hard to maintain. You get beat up, you get kind of pushed around. It's a great time though. I mean, you're getting quality.
Yeah, you're definitely getting quality, and your team put together a great run as that one goes low in there for a ball, and the count will go to 3-1. That's got to be that got to speak so much to the region itself that you had 6 teams. That's essentially the region minus 1.
Yep.
And Coconino not making the playoffs, and Flagstaff winning the region this year. Congratulations to the Eagles on the victory. The 3-1 on the way to Alvarez runs inside, and that'll be a walk. So leadoff walk for Alvarez, and you guys put together, like you said, Prescott making it into the Final Four. I mean, it is an impressive region that's only getting better.
It absolutely is. I don't know if it's the elevation that affects those Phoenix teams, but they come up here and they always go home with a bad taste in their mouth when we beat up on them up here. It shows a lot, especially with when you got Flagstaff and Bradshaw. It's Prescott and Bradshaw, I should say, 2 teams so close, and then Coconino and Flagstaff. That's 22, 25 girls that all play really, really close together.
Yeah.
It speaks a lot for the region.
Back pick over to first, not in time, as Dernez checks in as the pinch hitter for Harrison. But, and then you look at Mingus, not necessarily have a quote-unquote crosstown rival. Like you said, Bradshaw and Prescott, they're very close. Coconino and Flagstaff are literally right next to each other. Whereas Mingus, we have Camp Verde, but they are a 2A team. As that one's going to get passed, Alvarez is going to stay there. The count will go to 2-0. But getting back more to your team, going into the playoffs, did you expect this team to make a run like this?
Absolutely not. So we played our first game against Prescott, the #1 team in the state going into the tournament. We lose to them. We knew what they had. We knew they were going to be good, but it kind of set the tone that we know we can't win our region now, not losing to Prescott. and we knew what the rest of the state was going to have to kind of raise their game to, and we did. And so the girls, we never really put together a team goal like, oh, we want to win this many games or we want to do this. We just went out and played. So I think when we got to the state tournament, we had really accomplished more than we thought.
Yeah, and I mean, is that one goes in there for a strike for Dinez, but yeah, you guys really, I mean, like we mentioned, making it to the playoffs, winning in overtime in dramatic fashion. You got to make it dramatic, of course.
We actually went lost our first game, went 8 straight, and then lost to the state championship team, Flagstaff Eagles, and then just went into the tournament and finally met a team in Catalina Foothills. I was out a player on a red card. Had a little tussle at the end of the Thunderbird game that cost us a player. My leading scorer, Jaden Baylor, my daughter, she had to hurt her shoulder in that game as well. So we were limited men, and we did the best we could. It was a good bus ride and a good bus ride home, pretty much. So
yeah, I bet so, especially walking away with a victory there. As the 3-2 comes and runs inside to Dernez, he will make it over to first, and now Alvarez will head over to second. Back-to-back walks for the new pitcher, Corbin Triplett, who makes his way from third to pitcher. And now Trevor Hoke stepping in, who last at bat, I don't know if you saw it, Coach, but he crushed a home run in the left field.
Absolutely. Led off the inning with a home run. It was pretty nice.
And we'll see what he can do here against the new pitcher and Triplett with runners on second and first. Marauders would love another deep fly from Trevor Hoke. First one is in there for a strike, and the count will go to 0-1. You talk about your daughter. Any other players who really stood out this year that kind of surprised you?
Yeah, all my seniors played really, really well. I had Zoe Arwine in the box as a goalkeeper, a unique player.
She does everything here.
She wrestled for it. She wrestled at the same time. Matter of fact, that Thunderbird game, she wrestled in the morning at 10:30, drove over here, played almost 2 hours of soccer, and then drove back over the hill to wrestle in the state finals. So she's a phenomenal athlete and a great asset to our team. I had a
1-1. Hoke drives that one into left field. Did he do it again? It is off the wall. It'll definitely bring around 1. We'll see if it'll bring around 2. The runners will stay. Dernez will stay at third, and a RBI double for Trevor Hoke. How about a game right now for him, Coach?
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Seeing the ball well, hitting it hard, which is really helpful.
Alvarez comes in and scores. Hoke will move over to second, and Dernez will move to third. And the Marauders able to cut into the deficit a little bit more here as we get Jace Taylor stepping back in. But, Coach, looking forward now to next season, you're going to lose a good bunch of seniors.
Yeah, I lose a handful of seniors. Felicia Bueno, a center mid, our leading scorer, Jaden Balo, a defensive stopper, and Gabby Sanfelice. It's going to be tough. I actually resigned. This was my last year. I'm going to take some time off. Yeah, I've been doing it for 12 years, been a head coach for 7, and thought I'd take a little break. Going to maybe go back to school, get my master's degree, kind of spend some time kind of focus on me a little bit. So it's been great, though.
Well, congrats, Coach. We're definitely going to miss you here on the broadcast. I know they're going to miss you out there on the soccer field.
Awesome.
But what a great way to end out your season and end out your career for now.
Yeah.
Maybe come back, maybe.
Yeah. Absolutely. I had no tears. I mean, I went out on top. I can't deny that at all.
No,
it was
you
great.
cannot. And well, Coach, I know that you're not going to be coaching the team next year, but for anybody who wants to go out and try out for the team, just going off of what your schedule for the tryouts and stuff, where can people find more information about that?
Yeah, I would definitely contact Mingus Union High School. They start soccer. They don't start till November, which is kind of nice. Gives you a little bit of time off. But they'll start spring stuff as soon as they find a coach. They're going to start probably some indoor, some open field, and they run a summer program around here where you play some other teams locally. Camp Verde, Sedona, not a lot of travel, but it's a lot of fun. I hope whoever gets a position really looks into that, because the off season is really where we're going to win games. So it's definitely something I need to get involved in.
So, like Coach said, as that one's going to be a ground ball to Sweet Chick. He's going to make the throw on the third. Not in time. 1 run will score. Hoke will stay over at third. Taylor will head down to second. He'll get on with the overthrow from the shortstop. So Taylor will make it on another error, and he'll advance to second. And Hoke will move to third. Dernez will score. And how about the Marauders, Coach? Hopefully they'll walk away with a victory here for you.
Absolutely. Got a couple more runs to get in, and then walk home happy.
Well, Coach, congratulations. We appreciate you coming on. And
thank you. Appreciate it.
Like I said, we're going to miss you around here on Verde Valley TV.
Awesome.
Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Come on the broadcast, and good luck. Hopefully you get your Masters, and best luck to you, Coach.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Take
care.
Yeah, take it easy. Coach Balo, of course, coming on the broadcast. Thank you. Ending out his career here at Mingus for now. Hopefully he'll be making his way out in some sort of form or fashion in the future. But here we go. Elian Martinez stepping in as the Marauders score a couple runs. Pitch on the way to Martinez. Be a high chopper. Sweet Chick Going to tag out the lead runner. Throw on. First looking for the double play. Not in time, but smart play from Seth Sweetchick to tag out the lead runner. A run will come in and score as Taylor is out at third. So it'll be a tag out at third, and Elian Martinez continuing his exceptional night as he gets on. That pitch on the way. Lindsay takes that one inside for a strike. 0-1 count here. The Marauders cutting into this deficit now. 6-11 our score. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch on the way. That'll be a slow chopper. It'll go foul. Lindsay now down in the count 0-2. Still one out now for the Estrella Foothills Wolves. Corbin Triplett running into a little bit of trouble here, coming in relief of Vanderhei, who was able to get out of a bases loaded jam. The 0-2. I want to go in the dirt. It'll get past the catcher. Martinez will head on to second with no issue. So now a 1-2 count for Ryan Lindsay. So Martinez is over there on second. Lindsay again popping one into right field will definitely score Martinez. Big holes there. The pitch. Lindsay watches that one go outside, and the count will go to 2-2. Lindsay 2 walks and a ground out, looking for his first hit, and what a time to get it. The 2-2. Running inside, now the count will go full 3-2. Angelo Alvarez waiting on deck. Looking to check in for Drew Meyer. The pitch. Swung on and missed. It'll be first strikeout and second out for the Wolves. First strikeout for Corbin Triplett. 2 down now. And now Angelo Alvarez will step in. Alvarez was a pinch runner for Harrison early on, and now will come in as a pinch hitter, his first at-bat. Alvarez, man on second base. He can pop one out in the outfield. Should be enough to bring around Martinez. The pitch. Swung on and missed. In their first strike. Again, the last time these two teams matched up, it was 15-3. This time, so far, it's 11-6, so a much closer game than the first time they matched up last season. The pitch. That one's fouled off. Now the count will go to 0-2. Marauders looking for back-to-back victories after finding a win last night against Greenway High School. (0-2) count to Alvarez. Martinez still on second base with 2 outs. The pitch on the way. I want to go in the dirt, and the count will go to 1-2. Peters waiting on deck. 1-2 count here. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back Ks for Corbin Triplett, and he'll get out of the inning, but not before the Marauders can tack on a few more. We head into the 7th. 6-11 our score. Don't go anywhere.
Lawler Construction is the exclusive builder at Mesquite Hills Subdivision in Cottonwood, a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 33 years. Lawler Construction uses green construction methods, building efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction, a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels.
When you buy a vehicle at Hyundai of Cottonwood, you'll enjoy thousands of miles. With America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000 miles, driving a Hyundai will give you peace of mind. Yes, there's something for everyone at Hyundai of Cottonwood on Rodeo Drive, above Larry Green Chevrolet and next to Walmart. Hyundai of Cottonwood. New thinking, new possibilities. A formula for happy drivers.
Ryan Lindsay will take over pitching duties for the Mingus Marauders as we begin the top of the 7th inning. Marauders able to tack on a few runs here in the 6th inning. But now we head into the 7th, a completely different ball game, 11-6. And we'll see if Ryan Lindsay can keep the bats of the Estrella Foothill Wolves as quiet as possible before we head into stretch time and the Marauders look to cut into their deficit. It'll be Roman Snyder checking in to lead things off here. So we'll see what Snyder can do. It'll be Roman Snyder checking in. First pitch on the way to Snyder. Is in there for a strike. Snyder pokes at that one and it'll go foul. Coming over to get it is Martinez. Will he make the grab? Yes, he will. How about Elion Martinez with a heads-up play? One down for the Marauders, a quick out for Ryan Lindsay, and here comes a big threat at the plate in Ashton Perez. Perez is having himself a phenomenal night so far. 3 doubles and a ground out, but still putting something real good so far. That one is swung on and missed. First strike one. And I believe the first at-bat from Perez, first pitch he saw was a high strike. And Lindsay seeing that, as that one is swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikes for Ryan Lindsay. 0-2 count. The 0-2 here in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Lindsay looking for another out. The pitch. That one right to the second baseman. Great grab. How about that? A solid grab by Alvarez over at second base, and we've got 2 down. Hintzman will check in now. Hintzman, 1 hit, fly out, and a walk. He came around to score. Does have a stolen base. Heinzeman. The pitch on the way. Chopper up the middle. We'll see if Meyer can make the throw. It is in time! Wow! How about that? Jan Alvarez helping out the cause with the quick out in a 1-2-3 inning for the Marauders as we head into the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time here at Mingus Union. We'll be right back.
Lawler Construction is the exclusive builder at Mesquite Hills Subdivision in Cottonwood, a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 33 years. Lawler Construction uses green construction methods, building efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction, a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels.
When you buy a vehicle at Hyundai of Cottonwood, you'll enjoy thousands of miles. With America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000 miles, driving a Hyundai will give you peace of mind. Yes, there's something for everyone at Hyundai of Cottonwood on Rodeo Drive, above Larry Green Chevrolet and next to Walmart. Hyundai of Cottonwood. New thinking, new possibilities. A formula for happy drivers.
It'll be the last opportunity for the Marauders here in the 7th inning to try and get the victory. Currently down 11-6, and they will face Ashton Perez. Perez has been a threat all day at the plate. We'll see what he can do now on the mound. Stepping in for the Marauders will be Trey Peters as we begin the bottom of the 7th inning. Marauders looking for back-to-back victories here. Were able to get the victory last night against Greenway High School. We'll see if they can do it here against Estrella Foothills. Pitch on the way. We'll go in there for a strike. Peters takes the first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 our count as we begin the bottom of the 7th inning. Philip Catafamo, I want to thank you for joining me here on Verde Valley TV. The 0-1 is in there for a strike. 2 quick strikes for Perez. The 0-2. That one is low for a ball, and the count will go to 1-2. Peters, the 1-2. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. And that'll start things off with a strikeout. 1 down for Ashton Perez and the Estrella Foothill Wolves. And here comes Anthony Rivera. Rivera 0 for 3 looking for a hit, and the Marauders would love it right here. Their last AB's coming up. Perez, pitch on the way. Swung on and missed for a strike. And of course, Ashton Perez will be taking his talents to Glendale Community College after high school here. The pitch will be low, and the count will go to 1-1. Very quick is Ashton Perez. Again, gotta love the beard. The 1-1. That one will be in low, and the count will go to 2-1. Perez working quickly here. Rivera. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, then the count will go to 2-2. The next game for Estrella Foothills will be against Greenway High School, a team that the Marauders are very familiar, on March 12th. I want to go low, and the count will go to 3-2. And of course, our next Mingus broadcast will be on March 26th against Mojave. That'll be a softball game. Pitch on the way, the 3-2. Popped up in the air. Heinzeman able to track it down for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Perez, and now it'll be up to Jan Alvarez to get something going with 2 down. Here we go. Jan Alvarez, who has got 1 hit so far and 2 walks and 1 hit by pitch. We'll see what he can do here. Pitch on the way. Outside. 1-0. Perez looking for the 1-2-3 inning to end this game out. I want to go outside. Now the count will go to 2-0. Well, if we see him, Dernez is waiting on deck with 2 outs. Alvarez looking to keep the 2-out rally. Gonna go right to the second baseman. Could eat him up. Throw on to first in time. It is a victory for the Estrella Foothills Wolves, and the Marauders will shift their focus to Thunderbird High School on the 16th. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here at Mingus Union. Don't go anywhere.
Lawler Construction is the exclusive builder at Mesquite Hills Subdivision in Cottonwood, a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 33 years. Lawler Construction uses green construction methods, building efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction, a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels.
When you buy a vehicle at Hyundai of Cottonwood, you'll enjoy thousands of miles. With America's best warranty, 10-year, 100,000 miles, driving a Hyundai will give you peace of mind. Yes, there's something for everyone at Hyundai of Cottonwood on Rodeo Drive, above Larry Green Chevrolet and next to Walmart. Hyundai of Cottonwood. New thinking, new possibilities. A formula for happy drivers.
It is an 11-6 victory for the Estrella Foothills Wolves as the Marauders, unable to get the back-to-back victories. Their record will now move to 2-5, and their focus will shift to Thunderbird High School on March 16th. That is their next away game. That is their next game, and their next home game will come later this month. But, some solid performances from the Marauders. Trevor Hoke, of course, hitting the first home run of the season for the Marauders, sending that one into left field. A beautiful stroke by Trevor Hoke. And, of course, Elian Martinez, we had to give a player of the game. I'm definitely give it to Elian Martinez. 3 for 3, 2 doubles, 1 base hit, 2 doubles and 1 single, and a walk. As you can see, Coach Casada talking to his players as they, again, will head to Thunderbird High School on the 16th. Again, our next Mingus broadcast will be the softball game against Mojave. You can catch that right here on Verde Valley TV. That is going to do it for us here on a beautiful Friday night in Cottonwood, Arizona. I want to thank everybody for watching and listening. We look forward to our next Mingus broadcast. Again, that's March 26th. The Mingus softball team will take on the Mojave Thunderbirds. Philip Catafamo, I want to thank you for watching and listening. And for our producer, Ryan Nichols, for everybody here at Verde Valley TV, have a great rest of your night. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you again on the 26th.